Hello and welcome to math. Today we're going to review slope. Slope is what we're going to review. All right, so slope measures how steep a line is. It also indicates whether a line is positive or negative. Slope is our directions from one point to another. All right, so the good thing about this is you guys kind of already learned this with scatter plots, right? Scatter plots have the same correlation as slope, right? So this one right here is a positive slope. This is a positive slope because it's going up from left to right. This one right here is going down from left to right, so that would be a negative slope. This one, when it's flat, it's not going up, it's not going down. This one's called a zero slope, or a slope of zero. Okay, that means it's not going up, it's not going down. That's a zero slope. And then this, when it goes straight up and down, this is a weird one, but this one is called undefined. Undefined. And we'll explain why that's undefined here in a little bit. Okay? But those are the four types of slope. Positive goes up from left to right, negative goes down from left to right, zero stays flat, and undefined is a straight up and down line. Okay, but just outside of just positive, negative, or no or zero slope, right? We can define slope even more. Slope is always expressed as a fraction, and it's always your rise over your run. So it's how many units up or down you have to go on top of how many over you have to go. So here's an example here. This example, we have 2 points here. And we can see that we had to go up 2 lines, 1, 2 lines, and we had to go over 1 line. So my slope is 2 over 1. Or we could simplify that because 2 divided by 1, a fraction bar means divide. 2 divided by 1 is 2. So my slope here is 2. Okay? All right, here's another example down here. We have this slope. We have 2 lines right here, right? Let's say this is point A, and let's say like this one up here is point B. Okay, so to get from point A to point B, we're trying to give someone directions how to get to point B. All right, how many units up do we have to go? Well, we have to go up 1, 2, 3, 4. So we had to go up 4 units. So we went 4 units up. How many over do we have to go? We have to go over 1, 2, 3. And we had to go 3 to the right. So that means that our rise is 4 and our run is 3. And slope is always rise over run. So we went 4 units up and we went 3 units to the right. So my rise over run is 4 over 3, which is the same as my slope. My slope is 4 over 3. So slope is always rise over run. All right, let's try another one. I got another example here. We got a slope here. We have point A and a point B. Let's see, how are we going to give directions? If I'm going to point A to point B, I'm going to have to go down, right? So I'm going to have to go down 1, 2 until I'm even with point B here, right? So we went 2 units, and this time we went down, right? And we also have to go over. We have to go over 1, 2, 3, 4 lines. We went 4 lines to the right. So that means that our rise is -2 because we went down. Whenever you go down, that's negative, and our run is 4. So my rise is -2, or 2 units down. This should say down, not up. That should say down. I don't know why it's up there. It's a typo there. And the run is 4. So my rise over run is -2 over 4. All right, but to get my slope, I have to have a simplified fraction. -2 over 4, I can simplify. These are both being able to be divided by 2, right? -2 divided by 2 is -1. 4 divided by 2 is 2. So my slope is -1 over 2, or a -1/2. And that makes sense because my line is going down from left to right, so this is a negative slope. So if my slope is negative, my line is negative, my number for slope has to be negative. So it's -1 over 2, or -1/2. All right, here's some practice problems here. All right, so we got 2 points, and these ones are already labeled for us for this one. All right, they went up 5, and they went to the right 6. Right? So remember, it's rise over run. Rise over run. It's how many up or down goes on top, right? So they went up 5. So my slope would be 5 over 6. 5, 6 is my slope. Well, they went up 5 to the right 6. This one over here is also already mapped out for us. This one, remember, it's rise over run. So it's up or down first. They went down 3 units, down 3 lines, right? 1, 2, 3 to get to that point. So my slope is -3. That's my rise. We went down 3. And then how many over did we go? We went over 1 line, 2 lines. So we went over 2. So my slope is -3 over 2. All right, slope is always written as an improper fraction if it's improper. Never do it as a mixed number. It's always an improper fraction. Okay? All right, we have another one here. Slope. I see this line is going down from left to right, so I know it's going to be negative. Let's see. How many lines do I have to go down? I have to go down one line until I'm even with this point. So if I go down one line, that means my rise is -1. What's my run? Let's count. 1 line, 2 line, 3 line, 4 line, 5 lines. So it's -1 over 5, or -1/5. That's an ugly looking 5 there. Let me write that again. So it's -1 over 5. Okay, the reason why a zero slope is called a zero slope is because it has no rise. So we could look at this example here. We have 2 points on this line. How many up or down do I have to go from this point here to this point here? Well, I don't have to go up at all. It's flat, right? So my rise would be 0. And my run would be how many over we have to go. We have to go over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? So it'd be 0 over 6. What is 0 over 6? Let's type that into a calculator real quick so you can see. If I type it in here, I do 0 divided by 6, that gives me 0, right? So if I have a 0 in my numerator, that means my slope is 0. That means I didn't go up or down, it's staying flat. That's why that is called a zero slope. All right, this one is not on your paper, but it should be. But let's do an undefined slope. So if I had an undefined slope, let's say I had a line that's going straight up and down, right? And let's say I had 2 points on that line. Let's change colors here so we can stick it out. Let's say I had a point here and a point here, right? It's rise over run, right? So how many up or down do I have to go from this point to this point? Well, I have to go up 1, 2, 3. So my rise would be 3. And what's my run? Did I move left or right at all? No, I didn't move left or right at all. So that's 0. So it's 3 over 0. If I type that into a calculator, let's see what I get. 3 divided by 0, 3 over 0, is undefined. It's not possible to divide by 0. You can't split something 0 ways. It's not possible. All right? So that's why it is called undefined. All right, so that's the types of slope and how to find slope on a line. Hopefully you remember that from last year. Go on and continue on with the questions in this formative and for practice, and whatever you don't finish will become homework. All right, I'll see you later. Bye.